Good morning, how y'all doing? Let's juice. Can we get a little juicy? Yeah. Let's go. Previously on KIMBA TV. So you have VWAP. You've got point of control from previous session, weekend, and right now. Got overlapping point of control right there. So at least you know that if you're bullish, you have to get back above VWAP and point of control and turn the golden pocket into support. Otherwise, the next place where I would long would be the SFP of this, or better yet, Bugatti dealership. Pixel perfect on these Bugattis. How?
Continue to make to global financial stability.
Pixel.
Governor Ueda, how much do you
How?
think fragmentation and the impact
Bugatti.
of Japan?
So,
Useless lines, chat. How is it pixel perfect?
To find, I guess,
Let's
the
go.
right regulation.
Let's
for
go,
the
Mr. Miyagi.
of stable
Let's
coins
go.
Than to develop
Let's
a
go.
CBDC
Easy
that
money.
no one
Get him.
knows.
that's a hot topic now in Korea.
All right, we got about an hour before I have to take off. I've got a couple of calls I got to do. So Houston and Cage will take over for a little bit. I'll be back probably like an hour, hour and a half. All right, well, that was easy money, Bugatti money, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of nothing. You guys ready to go? Everybody caught up on the plan? Everybody know what it is? Everybody know what it is? Midnightly says, do the TA of the day. It's the same as yesterday. Midnightly, you tell me what the levels of interest are. Think about everything that we talked about yesterday. Pick one thing that you can definitively say, Midnightly. Let's make sure that you're improving and you're learning. Tell me something from yesterday. But yeah, if you feel like you don't know what we're doing today, definitely get caught up. It's crazy because nothing has really changed. Midnightly says, Liquenia Bugatti long. If you do it, I'm not going to do it. Tell you that right now. Can you tell me if you're going to do it, Midnightly? Because I'm not going to do it. If you end up doing it, I'm not doing it. If you don't want to do it, I'm doing it. No, I'm just fucking with you, dude. Hidden CVD bull div. Can we get it? Bugatti money, chat. Bugatti money, chat.
You just said.
Juice is the juice. Ka-choy. Let's go. Let's go. Easy money, chat. Yeah. Yeah, 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 go, 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 easy, money, juicy, fruit, yeah, juicy, easy, easy, exclamation talent show, exclamation talent show. KIMBA gang, too easy, too easy, quit playing with me, quit playing with me. Zazy, what's going on? Mr. No Money says, we waited all week. What do you guys think about all this? Pixel perfect. What do you think, man? Devo, Zazy, Hackdog, Ugan, Devo, Jesse, Pup, Pink, Tomise, Briggsy. Any questions? Y'all better be up, man. Let's go. Kyria says, what is that purple line above Bugatti dealership? Anchored VWAP. Ding Dong Sing Song says, what is too easy? Preparing, caring, trying your best. Yeah, being prepared. Just, basic life shit, man. Doing the right thing. Is it easy for you to be prepared? Is it easy for you to want to care? Is it easy for you to want something? Is it easy for you to want to outwork somebody? Is it easy for you to outcompete other people? That's what when we say it's too easy, that's what we're talking about. So, yeah, look at all this. Exclamation YouTube. If you're confused right now, you must, I don't know what the fuck is going on with you. Maybe you ride the short bus. I don't know. But everything is right here. And the levels have been given to you for weeks and months and days. Any questions? Let's get it. Lincoln is asking, what's your plan if we go to Consuela adding? Watch the Wednesday highlight last week, Lincoln. Isn't Nick were already talking about that last Wednesday. Yeah. In fact, I would just watch the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday highlight. Just watch it one more time, Linkum. Yeah, isn't that crazy? We were talking about this last Wednesday, but the Friday one is probably your juiciest one. And obviously, if you missed the weekend ones, you got to get caught up too, because we talked about that as well. Yeah, Lincoln, we've been talking about 106, 104, 102 for literally the last 10 days, every single day. Yeah, so I told you what I would do at each level, brother, already. So rewind and get caught up, and then let me know if you have any questions. Sounds good? You don't want to be asking stuff like the moment of. All right, been here but didn't get it specifically. That's okay. Just let me know after you get caught up if you have any questions, Linkums. But definitely go rewatch the entire Friday one. All right, you would be surprised, brother. I'll say something, and then 5 minutes later, somebody will ask exactly what I just talked about, and they'll swear that they were here. So you might have been here, but did you actually hear what I said? Maybe not. So you gotta, make sure you got everything. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. We talked about all of that. You can. Here's what I would say, Linkums. Don't you think people have been asking about that? Every day we have people talking about what if 106 doesn't hold? What if 104 doesn't hold? What if 102 doesn't hold? Even yesterday, somebody was like 102, 102. And I said, dude, one step at a time. Let's see what the Bugatti dealership is. JV says I asked about everything. Yeah, I mean, not just JV, but literally everybody has asked about everything, Linkums. Right? Like, think about it. You don't think nobody has asked about what if 106 doesn't hold? What if 104 doesn't hold? What if 102 doesn't hold? Brother, that question gets asked almost daily. Yeah, but you will be surprised, bro. I'll say something, and then 5 minutes later, weren't you listening? And they were like, yeah, you didn't say it. And I'll be like, dude, yes. And the reason why, Linkums, I want you to get caught up is because how I play that hasn't changed in the last year and a half. So right off the rip, I feel like you don't understand the concept of never let a green trade turn red. Or things like put stop loss in profit, if you're asking me if I'm going to add. Yeah, so definitely, Linkums, rewind and get caught up. I literally have pixel perfect bottom entry. What is everybody's entry? You guys want to compare? I'll show you mine if you show me yours type of shit. Mine is 105,625 on MEXC. You guys okay? I'm gonna be honest. I literally held y'all's hand for this trade. So it is what it is, Anyways, stop loss and profit. I wish that the order flow was a little bit more bullish, but we pretty much got all of the edge that we wanted, right? Do we have bottom shorts? Do we have bottom shorts? Do we have divs? What kind of divs do we have? You guys tell me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I list all 4 pieces of edge that I said I would want. All right. You guys okay? Everybody juicing? Yeah, there is a chance that Senora Consuela could show up. So just make sure you put your stop loss break even, okay? Obviously, we got to get above the single print and the VWAP. All right, bulls? But yeah, we got pixel perfect. So, and somebody was asking me, what are you going to do if you get stopped out? Make sure you rewind and get caught up from the Thursday and Friday. What do you guys think about all this? Not too shabby, huh? Not too bad, huh? There you go, Lions. Any questions? I got a dip in about 30 minutes. I'll be back in about 2 hours. RG Bargy says, what's your stop loss for 108.5 short? I think if it gets back above settlement, you can probably, that's going to be pretty much break even. But yeah, probably like value area low. I don't really need to round trip the short because I was able to like pixel perfect bottom entry long on it, RG Bargy. So, and Lions, I can't stress this enough. How many people took the long? Lions, if you've never been round tripped, you better wake the fuck up. Put your stop loss at break even. The order flow is not that great. Okay, it's maybe half of what it should have been. So you still got a chance that that's going to get round tripped. Make sure that you can't lose. Make sure you have a plan B and a plan C. I'm sure no matter how high this goes, it's going to have like a 0.5 or a golden pocket pullback. It's going to have like a clear structure change. All right. So this could pull back all the way to like golden pocket, and I'm sure it will. So make sure you have your stop loss at break even. And you have a plan on if you get round tripped, how you would chase it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, man, I promise you, every day you have a chance to prove it to yourself that you know what you're doing. All right, put your stop loss at break even. Make sure you have plan B, plan C, plan D. All right? Easy money. How big is your long? I think it's 285. Yeah, I told you guys I was going to go like 150, 200, 250. So, yeah, probably like 280. It's like 50 Bitcoin per exchange pretty much. I think I used 5 sub accounts. So it's like 250. And then I did a little bit more with the Kraken. So I did like 85 on. So it should be like 285, something like that. Juan Du says, where would you see potential for a hedge short? Do you have the hedge short like me from up here? Generally should hedge short where you think you should TP the long. All right, Wandu. Nope, I already closed it. Ooh, then yeah, you kind of fucked up. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what I would do because I would never put myself in your situation. So it's kind of hard for me to like figure out what I would do if I was in your situation because I've never been in the situation in the first place. Yeah, it kind of depends on if it goes lower now to go and grab the SFP, which is probably the case. Yeah, if this goes back up, maybe right here again, like 108, like, yeah, but that's tricky. The whole point that I don't close mine is so that I don't have to worry about stuff like that, Wandu. So, Wandu says, I already closed it. Well, I was more bullish than you, I guess. Yeah. Cause I'm looking for 106, 104, and 102. So 106 is obviously the first level of interest, Wandu. And I'm not going to just, close it and think that the markets have settled on whatever on like the first day. Yeah. What would make you, for example, bullish and say, hey, we're not going to be able to go lower, Wandu? Wouldn't it be able to turn golden pocket into support? Hasn't done that yet. Order flow is half of what we wanted. Yeah. So higher time frame, you're probably going to still go lower, right? Constique, let's go. Raptorist, it's my pleasure. Mosley, let's get it. Thomas says, are market makers basically rugging every single random trading retail to fill? No, it's not even about retail and rich. It's about who deserves it and who doesn't, Thomas. Yeah, markets exist for capital reallocation. That's why when people that are first starting out to trade, when they put money into the market, it blows my mind because markets never existed to find fair market value for an asset. That's never what the stock market and markets were created for. It was created for allocating capital, reallocation of capital, moving it from one person to another. Yeah, so if you don't know what you're doing, and if you don't deserve it by definition, then you're going to get your money moved and taken away because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to have it. Any questions? I would just, math it up and level by level. But whether it's today or tomorrow, it's the same shit every single day. Yeah, maybe if this is the first time you've ever been in like an easy mathematical position, you're going to get way overly obsessed, kind of like the kind of like the first girl friend that you ever have, you know? You'll hold on to that bitch maybe longer than you need to. Think about how all of this shit was talked about on Wednesday last week. You know what I mean? So math is math, juice is juice, preparation, easy money, Bugatti money. So the only thing that we have to do is continuously have patience, be prepared, have discipline, and put ourselves in situations where we can't lose. All right, let me look at some chat messages. Constig says, how do you decide which bad lows are worth longing and which should be left alone? You don't. That's like trying to predict the future. So you're just ready for whatever, Constig. You mark all of the bad lows. You don't pick and choose which one should get swept and which one shouldn't. You might be marking bad lows that aren't bad lows if you have that question usually. Yep. Yeah. You don't decide which one is going to get cleaned and which one won't. You have a plan for all of them getting cleaned, some of them getting cleaned, etc. WizStar says, "Here comes the round trip. I told you. Did you shave? As long as you shave." What, WizStar? I know you know this answer. What is a really good TP1? Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Na, 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 At the VWAP, exactly. Do I get bullish if we're above or below? Social Money Net says, if we go to 104, do you keep the 105.8 long? Why the fuck would I do that? That's a no-no. Okay? If you're even asking stuff like that, do not trade, please. Okay? Some of you guys are playing basketball for like 2 days and you're trying to dunk on LeBron. What are you doing? No, 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 no. Stop loss and profit, okay? You never, ever let a green trade turn red. I don't know. You got to rewind and get caught up. I told you that the order flow wasn't good. So everybody should have shaved a little bit at VWAP. I don't know how much people did. And then, put it behind the 382. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, we had 106, 104, and 102. Quit playing with me. Everybody getting hyped up and thinking that the first level of interest for a possible long is going to work out. Come on, man. Stop it. All right? So we had our first attempt. It was good shit. Everybody put stop loss at break even, right? Can't lose. We couldn't get above VWAP. We got rejected at 618 pixel perfect. We're going lower. Quit playing with me. Manage risk. Don't lose. Stopped out in profit. What's the next level of interest? Quit playing with me. Okay, hold on. Yaya says, oh, never mind. I got stopped out break even. Always get stopped out break even. Yaya, you never, ever let a green trade go red. So never, ever let a green trade get closed in red. Okay? Bugatti does not short buses. Alrighty? You could not get above VWAP. And last but not least, this is pure Fibonacci. It got pixel fucked at 618. Come on, man. Alrighty? So no worries. Next level, we're going to wait for here. Is there a little bit of a interest here? Yes. All right. Could that hold? Sure. But now we're going to start looking here. We're going to start here. And Thomas says, would you mind taking a look at Tesla? Sure. Just make sure you're caught up on what we said about Tesla, right? Are you? I just don't want you to be behind. So let me see what you're... It's pixel perfect so far from our last TA. I was thinking about 205, 210. Oh, that's so high time frame. I don't know. I can't help you with that. Well, I'm a little bit more on smaller, as you can see. So we took the bullish retest and we're going to try to stay above golden pocket. So yeah, I mean, if we lose the golden pocket, then yeah, I can start to talk to you about, I mean, your 205 level is below the 786. We're just going to see if golden pocket really is going to hold, I guess. And if we get below 250, you can ask me your question again, and then we can kind of go into like looking at some single prints and maybe looking at some imbalances, Thomas. Yeah, but for now, I want to see if the golden pocket holds. That's about it, I think. And then staying obviously above this line is pretty important. So we got everything that we wanted right here. So if we can see it, it would be nice. So that's what we're waiting on right now. But hypothetically, you know, it not only does it have to bounce, it's got to make a higher high. So I think if you wanted to take a short or wait for lower, that's okay too. But for us right now, we wanted the 7.5 pullback. We got it. It bounced off. It went. It's changing structure. It went. So yeah, what we want to see is a higher high. Gustavo says, are there any more short-term gaps to close before it explodes to the upside, guys? Gustavo, what I want you to do is, do you have the CME? Do you pay for the CME real-time data? Make sure you pay for the CME real-time data. It's like $5. Okay? The second thing is on the bottom right, you can toggle between electronic trading hours and regular trading hours. Do you know what that means? If you do, you can have all the levels to yourself. Okay? We have a lot of gaps. And that's the way that the markets are always going to be. Gap, 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 gap. I mean, I could point gaps all the way down to 9,000, my guy. But yeah, shorter time frame, no. But, you know, once you get below 98, you got gap, 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 gap. RMX says, I asked one, but the bot countdown fucked it up. Let me see what you asked. What are some things that you look for and or prioritize when trading gold? Same exact thing. Levels, edge, reason to long or short. Yeah, we had a really nice live fill long on BingX like a year and a half ago. We longed 2,300 all the way to 3,000. I'm going to start scalping and trading gold again if you want to watch RMX. I do the same exact thing. Got you. So 260-ish lows clean maybe. That's the first level that I would be looking at, Thomas, to the downside. And then I think we can talk about your 205, 210s. But you see those lows though, right, Thomas? And I want you to pull some fibs, and I definitely need you to have some anchored VWAPs. And I think you're going to see a little bit of an overlap. Thomas says, would have loved if we could have cleaned the gap at the upside today. I'm sure a lot of people would have loved it if they could have cleaned the gap to the upside today. Imagine all the 0 DTE longers that thought they would be able to close the gap today, Thomas. That's probably why you didn't get to. If this breaks 98, next long could be 92.88. I can't predict the future, Brian, but that's what I would think. The only other thing that could save going back to 90 is, do you understand that at 98.5 on CME, there's a single print? It front ran the single print. It's clowning. It front ran the single print. It didn't grab it. So if it does something like, since that's not cool, bank, bank, yeah, like people are gonna be like, dude, it lost 98, but it claimed it right away. So don't forget about the swing fail pattern. Okay. So they left a single print right fucking there, remember? So if they pixel fuck Kimba's useless lines, all right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Fib math. All right, in 33 minutes, the chat bot will wear off. All right, Thomas says if that happens, the Sol 120 could happen too. Sol 120 could happen if Bitcoin 120 happens, I think. Do you remember when I was talking about why I think if Bitcoin pulls back, altcoins could pull back harder? I mean, at the end of the day, Thomas, your guess is just as good as mine. You're absolutely right, brother. You know? But yeah, for sure. I don't know if it necessarily needs to go back all the way to 98, but that would be clowning. I mean, you're right. It would basically be a clean 1-to-1. Right, Thomas? And I'm actually thinking ETH BTC could get really fucking nasty. You know what I mean? Like really nasty, get into like the 886 or maybe the 7.5s, which means ETH could maybe hit like, well, ETH could hit this bitch down here. Like 18 hundo type of shit. So yeah, like you're basically right, Thomas. We could still get a really nice Sol entry. I think we could still get a really nice ETH entry. And all eyes on this, right? And then obviously, you guys know this, value area high, point of control, value area low. When the point of control is so close to the value area high or low, it tends to pull it that way. So just, a 104 SFP is nice, but aside from an SFP, and it starts to really hang around near the point of control, then I would just wait for the 102. And then we've already done the anchor VWAP. The minor is right around here, and then like this. Thomas says, I would love 102 BTC and 120 Sol too. Hey, you better not figure out a way to pussyfoot when we get it. I'm going to be like, Thomas, we got 102, 120 Sol. Are you longing? No, not yet. I don't have enough edge. I'm just teasing. Yeah, you say that right now. You better not pussy out on me when we get it, my boy. Because guess what, Thomas? At that point, dude, if you don't take it, let's be real, you actually weren't that bullish, right? And there's no right or wrong, man. If you don't see good edge and you end up not taking it and you got to chase it a little bit later, so be it. Would it be fair to say, Thomas, that even if you don't have a 102 long entry, theoretically, you can chase it all the way to 104? Fact or fiction? So, like, It even if you are gonna pussyfoot or not have pixel perfect bottom, it shouldn't matter because you still should have a plan B, C, D. I'm not asking you guys to have pixel perfect bottom. That's not it at all. The only thing we have to do is manage risk. It doesn't say anything about even taking a trade. So yeah, but I'm excited, man. And then here's the thing. Here's the real curveball. Here's the real curveball. Tomorrow, Wednesday. Thursday is the last RTH trading day because Friday is July 4th holiday. I'm going to be here streaming all day. But like this needs to come down and clean that 104 maybe tonight or tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to start talking about, let's get that 102 on Thursday let's get that 102 long on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, but anyways, as long as we're above Bugatti dealership, you're always going to have a chance. This is still, I think, good. I know how I would chase this. I hope you guys do as well. There's always going to be a pullback. There's always going to be resistance and support that needs to get flipped. So keep an eye on that. You guys good? Fibception says, oh man, just got back and you leaving. Yeah, basically, brother, if we stay above Bugatti dealership, we're good. You need to get above VWAP. Okay, and obviously something like this would be pretty easy to figure out. Swing high, swing low, that's golden pocket. It's the retest of this. We don't get bullish on penetration, we get bullish on blank. The one that would be a little bit shittier, okay, the one that would have a less likelihood of working out is you get a rejection at the point of control instead of the VWAP. I probably wouldn't try to long this, okay? If it goes to VWAP, taps it, or it goes to the gap fill, but not mine, or even better, the value area high, and then it's a rotate. I'm going to think it's a full rotate, so it's got a chance to hold the value area low, and then the invalidation would be that. So that is always, regardless of how you're thinking about it, whether it makes a higher high or a lower high, or it pulls back or it doesn't, it goes to VWAP, it doesn't. This is going to always be the level of interest. Above it, bullish, below, bearish type of shit. Okay, the first swing fail or the tink didn't work, but a 3 drives or even a trident is still in play. All right, Fibception. Other than that, let's wait for the 104 SE. All right, clean that, clean all of that, and then let's go. That obviously would have to be tomorrow. I'm not taking this on Thursday, and I'm definitely not taking it on Friday. So I already kind of have my plans for the next couple of days. The only thing that would change this or taking this play on the Friday of July 4th Friday is if the open interest indicates clear trapping of shorters. And I'm going to be streaming on Friday anyways, and so there should be no surprises. I'll be here and we'll do another live fill. It's saying CVD is negative 7,200. That is just for visual range. So what you see, my book map is really, really skinny. All right, so it's only visual range. It doesn't really mean anything. Okay, is it a bearish divergence? No, a bearish divergence is a visual thing. The number really won't help you. Okay, so if you want to know what a divergence is, I want you to go to Google, type in divergence cheat sheet. And I want you to have this. Print it out and make it your desktop background. So if the price is making a higher high, but the CVD is making a higher low, then it means one thing. A higher low, higher high, another thing. A lower low, a higher low, one thing. A higher low, a lower high, or a higher lower low, higher low, lower low, another thing. These are divergences. It's a visual thing. Okay? And Konstantinos, the way that I can explain divergence, okay, because sometimes, for example, this is I don't think you can see my mouse. The top one is a bearish divergence. Okay? So, you might think to yourself, why is it bearish if the price is making a higher high? Right? So, it tells you like the secondary variable. And what I mean by that is just, you know, if I told you that I benched 300 pounds and then you tell me that you bench pressed 400 pounds, just with that data, you're stronger than me, right? You benched more than me, right? I only bench pressed 300 pounds. You bench pressed 400 pounds. You benched more than me. The secondary variable would be something like, you did it with 100% effort. I did it with 10% effort. Now who's actually stronger? So it's that second pivot data that kind of gives you, and that's basically in a nutshell what a divergence is, right? So I want you to start being able to visually pick up on all these things. When you're ready to, Konstantinos, what I want you to understand is that CVD stands for cumulative volume delta. And what that is a volume-based indicator. So you may, instead of having 30-minute candle closes, every 30 minute a new candle is drawn, right? On 30-minute time frame. You can go to something like every $10 million, I want a new candle. Every $20 million, I want a new candle. Volume-based candles. And you're going to start to notice that when you switch to volume-based candles, sometimes the CVD divergence that you thought was there on time-based candles will go away. Sometimes you're going to notice that, holy shit, there's a time-based div and there's a volume-based div. And so step one, you need to be able to identify divs and understand what the fuck they are. Step two, you need to be able to understand different types of divergences. Time-based versus volume-based. RSI versus MACD versus CVD. What do those things mean? And then three is pattern recognition and memory recall. What does it mean when you get different combinations? You have an RSI divergence and a CVD divergence, but on the CVD volume-based, you don't have it. You've got an RSI divergence, you've got a CVD time-based and volume-based divergence. You've got a CVD time-based divergence, but a bull divergence, but you have CVD volume-based bear divergence. Which one do you take? And these are all just kind of guidelines, okay? Obviously, nothing is 100%. So even if the book says, well, if you've got an RSI divergence, you've got a CVD bullish divergence on time and volume-based candles, and you also have a MACD bull div, you know, you've got like a 92% chance the long is going to be good, right? That's extremely bullish. Is there still a chance that the long might not work? Yes, which is why no matter what, you put your stop loss at break even. Love you guys, Lions! Stay safe, y'all. I'll be here hella early tomorrow. Hey, let's get it. So those are your two ways you could chase it, right? The sweep would be better. Exclamation talent show. Have a great night. I'll see you guys early. Peace, everybody. Can I get a cachoya? I need everybody to type cachoya right now. Can I get a cachoya?